You ever have one of those nightmares?
Which ones?
The kind that you have and then you don't go back to sleep?
What was it about?
I got two. I got one word for you, but possibly two words.
AJ?
No.
Wait,
Meat.
wait, wait.
Huh?
Miko?
No. No.
Uh,
No. Never. Never. That'd be too-
Lola?
Meat cleaver.
Meat Cleaver.
Yeah.
Is that Beaver's brother?
Yes. There's Wally and Meat. Meat. Time for dinner.
That's what you get for watching those. They're not even horror movies. They're just slasher flicks.
Yeah, I watch it all. It never bothers me, but once a year, I have one of those.
Always on this day.
I'll have to check. I'll have to keep a record. Now I have a record. I can check back on the show.
You have a record?
I do now. I do now. It's August 3rd, 2024. I can expect another visit from Beaver's brother, Meat.
There you go. Meat and Beaver.
Yeah, Meet the Beaver. All right. So there we go.
What was the name of the show? Here Comes the Beaver. What was the name of the show?
Leave it to Beaver. What are you
Leave
talking?
it to Beaver.
What are you talking? Look at what I got today. I'm celebrating a Mariberg.
There you go.
Just right on time. Actually, it's the last clean garment in my house, actually. So I might do laundry today. That's not
And what size? Double X? Fits perfectly.
Yeah.
You're looking kind of svelte.
Well, thank you. I'm not feeling very svelte.
No?
Meat cleaver. I was chopped up last night.
Oh, come on.
Meat cleaver.
Well, that's a good diet.
Yes, little prime rib for the.
Yeah, you got your prime ribs cut off. The prime of your life.
The butcher.
Hey, we got a guest today.
Oh,
First of all, AJ's camera is working as much as he does. In other words, it's not.
It's not. Okay. All right.
AJ's been taking a lot of vacation, so his camera decided to take today's vacation. So at 8:15, we have to call him,
Right.
which is fine for us, but it's too bad for Ethan because
Yeah.
he doesn't have AJ as a buffer. So Ethan's going to join us. He's shadowing you today, Bulldog, because you give a great shadow.
Yes, I can actually. People, entire town can cool themselves.
Cool themselves.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, you know what's awesome? Besides my meat cleaver nightmare last night, I discovered this cool rockin' band that you'll appreciate. They call themselves. It's an all-girl band from the early '70s, predating, I would say, like the Go-Go's certainly, and predating. The Runaways, Joe and Jet's original band. They called themselves Fanny.
I've not heard of them.
I had not heard of them either. There's a documentary about them. They're essentially a British band, but they even, I don't want to push that. Hang on. They even had a song based on me. Listen to this. Rock out, everybody. We're going to get a copyright strike. Here we go.
Is that the Beatles song?
Yeah. They're Panamanian.
They're not very good.
Are you kidding me? They're incredible.
No.
All right, I got more. Hang on.
I hope so.
Here we go.
No. I don't want any more. The only female rocker I want to see today is Exene Chervenka.
Come on.
What? Don't play any more videos.
It's Fanny. It's Fanny.
It's Fanny.
Come on, man. It's Fanny.
What?
The documentary came out in 2021 about them, and I happened to catch it last night.
What? Why'd you watch it last night? How did it come up in your thing?
It was just on the feed and said, "You seem like a Fanny person."
Do you have Netflix?
I do not anymore. No.
Oh, okay, because they have a documentary that I want to see on the song "Hallelujah" with
the Leonard Cohen song.
Yeah, and it's all about him and how he came up with it, and it's the most covered song ever. A 1 hour documentary just on that song.
I can't stand that song.
What?
I can't stand that song. It's awful.
Too bad.
Oh my God.
It's Leonard Cohen is his finest.
Well, Cohen's great. I like him, but
all right, then what's your problem?
I can do without that song.
Okay, well, yeah. you are an old fart.
Yes. Please, I'm rocking out to Fanny over here.
You know what today is? You're Fanny.
Uh-huh.
You know what today is?
What's that?
It's a Mr. Bob's drop-off night, 5 to 7 p.m. tonight. Bring your stuff. They need backpacks. They need toilet paper. They need all kinds of stuff. Please see MrBobsUnderTheBridge.org. I don't know if they still need help for this Saturday, August 5th, from 7:45 to 9:15. I'm not sure, but you can find out by going to their website and click on the Get Involved button. They have numerous volunteering potential opportunities for you, and makes you feel good. So there.
I should probably do it then. Less meat cleavers in my nocturnal.
You should. That tells you got something on your conscience, boy.
What's going on?
Also, Java House. Did you try the strawberry boba thing that we talked about yesterday?
I have not, but here they are, right over.
What? You haven't been there?
It's been a while.
Get over there. You're off today. What are you doing today? Laundry? I thought you were taking your mom to a movie.
That's yes.
Today?
Check boxes across the board. Mom to a movie, laundry, Ameriberg, Fanny, meat cleavers. My life is set.
That's okay. Yeah, great. Go to the Java House and get some caffeine. You need it. You need Java House. Great people, great coffee. Caffeinating Cedarburg since for forever.
Coyffie.
Coffee. Yeah. Kurt Vonnegut. Are you a Kurt Vonnegut fan?
Well, so funny you should bring that up. Maybe. I might be a little bit of a fan here. I don't know. You tell me. Huh?
Did you ever hear his little quote about living a full life?
I probably have, but I can't rattle it off to you.
Well, it's like a paragraph, but he's an interesting character.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a god.
Yeah, he was really, really good.
Yeah. This is his book, Breakfast of Champions, which is a little sun faded here in my sunroom. Yeah. But it's awesome. On an early page, he, because he used to get in trouble because he was, pretty dicey stuff. And on an early page here, he said, this book is not about assholes, I promise.
Huh.
And he drew an asshole. So there we go.
So you know what he's talking about.
Yes.
In 1996, at the age of 74, Kurt Vonnegut talked to Inc. magazine about envelopes. Did you ever hear the envelope thing?
I've not.
The magazine was interviewing the writer along with fellow novelist Tom Clancy about the inching roll of
Clancy and Vonnegut in the same room?
Yes.
That's an interesting combination.
I know. Inching roll of technology and society. And at one point, Vonnegut decided to tell a short story about leaving his house to buy envelopes in order. Do you say envelopes or envelopes, by the way?
I will do both depending on the company. But for you, I'll say envelopes.
Okay.
You seem like an envelope type of guy.
I'm envelope all the way.
What?
I go both ways.
What the hell? I heard about that.
Yes. What about grocery?
Here's the big one.
Yeah. Any good?
It's great. Excellent.
You
mean grocery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I. That's all I need to know. You and Margot. Margot just walked in downstairs. So anyway, he decided to tell a short story about leaving the house to buy envelopes in order to illustrate a point on the importance of human contact. We've copied his full quote in full below because it's worth every gosh darn word. He said, "I work at home, and if I wanted to, I could have a computer right by my bed, and I'd never have to leave it. Sounds like you. But I use a typewriter, and afterwards I mark up the pages with a pencil. Then I call up this woman named Carol out in Woodstock and say, 'Are you still doing typing?' Sure she is. And her husband is trying to track bluebirds out there and not having much luck. And so we chit-chat back and forth, and I say, 'Okay, I'll send you the pages.' Then I'm going down the steps, and my wife calls up, 'Where are you going?' I say, 'Well, I'm going to buy an envelope.' And she says, 'You're not a poor man. Why don't you buy 1,000 envelopes? They'll deliver them, and you can put them in your closet.' And I say, 'Hush.' So I got down the steps. See, now that's how to keep a happy marriage. Hush. So I go down the steps here, and I go out to this newsstand across the street where they sell magazines and lottery tickets and stationery. Mm-hmm. I have to get in line because there are people buying candy and all that sort of thing, and I talk to them. The woman behind the counter has a jewel between her eyes, and when it's my turn, I ask her if there have been any big winners lately. I get my envelope and seal it up and go to the Postal Convenience Center down the block at the corner of 47th and 2nd Avenue, where I'm secretly in love with the woman behind the counter. I keep absolutely poker-faced. I never let her know how I feel about her. One time, I had my pocket picked there, and I got to meet a cop and tell him about it. Anyway, I addressed the envelope to Carol in Woodstock. I stamp the envelope and mail it in a mailbox in front of the post office. And I go home. And I've had a hell of a good time. And I tell you, we are here on Earth to fart around, and don't let anybody tell you any different. So electronic communities build nothing. You wind up with nothing. We're dancing animals. How beautiful is it to get up and go do something? And he got up and danced a jig.
There you go.
See?
Yeah. I like the fart around line. That's the payoff right there.
That is.
We're put on this earth just to kind of fart around and
that and dancing animals.
Hope for the best. Yeah, absolutely.
Today I got to call AJ because his camera's on.
Well, let me see if he can hear us because I see his camera's on the fritz. AJ, are you there?
Hey boys.
It's there.
No.
I do
it. Just no camera today, boys. I'm sorry.
Well, we're not.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, my friend.
Yes, absolutely.
Instead of that, we'll put round meal on for you. There you go. I'd like to introduce AJ Round Meal.
Oh, God.
You guys can bring Ethan in too if you want.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Is Ethan ready?
Yeah, he's ready.
I see him in the green room. I see thumbs up from the green room. I think he's ready. Although, can anyone truly be ready for this? I don't know. Let's find out. Ethan, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
What's up,
Welcome.
How old are you, Ethan?
I'm 21.
All right, it's National IPA Day. You can have one.
Awesome. I know that, but I'll definitely go crack one after this.
After? Why wait till after?
I mean, most people do it during, but
absolutely, sure, when they know they're on. So, how do you know AJ?
So do you want me to introduce?
No, I'm asking him.
Okay, go ahead.
You be quiet.
The Jack Henke Show.
Yeah.
That's too funny. So my grandma was kind of like his teacher back in the day.
Kind of like? You mean, was she, or did he learn anything? Is that why she was only kind of like his teacher?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
And I remember when I was younger, I was like, in elementary school, there'd be every once in a while that we'd go and like kind of hang out with AJ and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd known him for, a good portion of my life.
Okay.
And we just reconnected, and then I told him that I have a radio show up north at school because I do like a student ran radio. And he's like, "Oh, I got a radio too. You should come out and shadow." So I was like, "Oh yeah, it sounds awesome." So I had to come check out what it's all about.
All right. It sounds awesome, but then you get here and it's like, oh.
It's all about farting around. Up north, that's not Minnesota, is it?
No, I go to school in Fargo, so I'm at North Dakota State.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. All right. Then you're allowed. Who are the Fighting Sioux?
That's Grand Forks. We're the Bison.
Okay. Because those son of a bitches, we had a big rivalry with them in hockey back in the day. Sorry. All right, AJ, we've cut you off long enough. What do you got to add to this?
So, Ethan and I have known each other for a long time. So you want me to jump into sports right away, Jack?
Well, whatever you want. Do you want to talk about Ethan? Anything? What is some of his bad habits besides not drinking till 9 o'clock?
He doesn't have any. He
doesn't. He's got you as a friend. What do you call that? That's a pretty poor habit.
That's a habitual disaster.
Yeah, that's one step up from heroin, man.
That's a habitual mistake right there, man. No, I'm kidding. Only kidding.
Ethan, are you a sports guy?
Yeah, I'm into sports, definitely.
Okay, AJ, bring it, and then we'll see if Ethan has anything to add.
So we got the Brewers yesterday. Was a horrible way to lose a game. Monasterio had the ball at third, was going to throw the runner at home. Instead of throwing the runner at home, he threw the ball away.
I did that so many times. It's no big deal.
And the game, they were up 1, and he allowed 2 runs to score, and the game ended. So
that was my softball career in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ. So far, they're 1-5 on this sparkling road trip.
It's over. It's over, Jack.
Wow.
No.
White flag.
Hold up.
Close up shop.
Hold on. Let me clarify. The road trip is over.
Oh.
I was ready to sell the team.
Me too.
All right.
You don't think it's over for the team?
No, they're only half gallon still.
That's pathetic. What?
But on the positive in some way.
Please.
The Cubs outscored the Reds 35-8 in the last 2 games.
Okay, so how far back are the Cubs?
3.
3. All right.
2.5 behind us.
Do you, at this point, feel the Brewers are going to win the division?
Yes. I don't know what logic I have for that answer.
No,
but yeah.
no logic. No logic.
We don't have you on for logic. That's what.
Fans are not logical.
Right.
Hmm.
We're not logical at all.
No.
Okay. So, but you still think they're going to win? Okay. Well, I mean, last week at this time we thought they weren't going to lose, and now they lose 5 out of 6 to good teams and horrific teams.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They're very capable of losing it to anyone.
Yeah, 3 singles and 3 singles and a walk yesterday. They didn't win. So,
As I mentioned previously, they always seem to match the team that's on the field. So if they're playing a horrific team, they play horrifically.
What about the Braves? The Braves, they got smoked. That's a good team.
They didn't get smoked. They played them close for two of the games.
Yeah, they were in it.
AJ. What was the scores? Were like 10-4, 25-0, and 5-3.
8-6.
All right. Well, okay. 8-6.
Yeah, 1-8-6 will do it in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's competitive. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're hopeful, we'll hang in there with you.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that on this homestand, they'll go. I think they'll go 5-2 on this homestand. So I'm hoping.
This too shall pass.
Yeah. Okay.
Me making guesses at
like a kidney stone.
Me making guesses at road trips and homestands though is pretty much over.
And nobody, you're in the same boat with a lot of people, including us. The boat sucks. Okay,
we're lucky the boat hasn't sank yet. So
right.
That's true. We were not optimistic when this all started. So I mean, I think we're still doing a lot better than what people thought.
I do have some somber news for the Brewer fans out there from Ozaki County. Owen got sent down yesterday.
Ah,
I wouldn't call it somber. I thought you were going to say someone died.
No. For the fans of Ozaki County, though, Owen got sent down yesterday.
Well, he started off so hot. He's no worse than anybody else lately, is he?
Well, I see it. If you want to see him play now, it doesn't cost as much.
Yeah, right. Go to if you want to go to where is it? I don't know.
Yeah, where do you get sent? The Ukraine bombers.
I don't even know where the sad thing is. I think they're in Biloxi or something like that. I don't know.
Biloxi.
Oh boy.
Mississippi in the summer, no thanks.
I don't think I'm gonna do that road trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. What
else you got? Keep it coming.
So we got Chinooks last night. They lost 3-2.
Oh, they're on a skid too, man.
No, they had won 5 and they won 4 in a row before this.
Did they? I thought they were. Well, maybe I'm thinking of last week's. That
was last week.
That was last week's skids. All right, got it.
Yeah,
duly noted.
They should have won, but the runner at home got thrown out and was blocking the plate. So the catcher was blocking the plate. So
can't do that.
Well, can't do it. Can't do that. But they did it. So I guess it was legal.
Well, you can't say they should have won except for the guy got thrown out at home. I mean, you can't say. Besides that, they should have won. No.
Flawless evening.
Just trying to give it a positive light, Jack. That's all I'm trying to do here.
Oh man, AJ, you are something else. Okay, is there any good news out there? If you have somber, you have 2 losses. Tell us there's something.
Yeah, there is something.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Training camp. We're in the middle of training camp right now.
Okay, and what do you hear?
I like what I hear because you know why I like what I hear because I hear nothing. I hear no,
our correspondent in the field has just reported back zilch.
Did you have your earphones in when you were listening?
No, I'm saying,
you watching for smoke signals or a carrier pigeon? I don't know. How should we?
I mean, I hear nothing in a good way. You don't hear any drama. You don't hear any backlash with receivers. You don't hear any of this. Oh, he's a rookie. Why should I not throw him the ball?
No injuries.
No injuries so far. So we're all good to go.
All right.
Excellent.
That'll work.
Okay. When do they play the first preseason game? Do you know, AJ?
The first preseason game, the first NFL game is tonight.
tonight? Is
Yeah.
it the Hall of Fame game?
Yes.
Okay.
With Aaron freaking Rodgers and the New
Well,
York.
he won't play though. Will
The
he?
New York and the New York Night. He'll probably play. And the New York Not Yets.
Oh, AJ, little rhyming diss there. Nice.
My softball past is coming back to haunt me. Jose Ramon's asking what happened to the Hebrew hammer. Let's just say.
Speaking of the Hebrew hammer, did you see that? Did you see the text I sent you last night? Friend of the show, Vicky, sent a thing on the Jewish food festival. You didn't even know. I asked you about pastrami, and you're like, "Oh, I don't know what. Jim doesn't know any of this stuff." But it's right on. It's so hard to look up things online these days. Research is terribly difficult.
Well, I'm using AJ's approach to listening to the facts as they roll in.
Nothing.
I didn't hear anything.
On Sunday, Jewish foods including matzo ball soup,
yummy,
knishes.
Knishes.
What's a knish?
Like an Arab you speak. You're hurting my ears.
Okay. What's a knish?
I don't know.
You put them in a knish washer.
Yes.
Hot dogs, and here's the big one. But the one I was asking you, and classic pastrami sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yes. Pile high. I hope.
So now you have to go. You said you were go if there's. They also have petting zoo with goats, sheep, and ducks.
None of which I can eat.
Right. What is it? Do they just do that to taunt you?
Well, yeah, I would think so.
The Jewish Food Festival is a fun and educational event that celebrates the rich traditions and delicious cuisine of the Jewish people.
Ethan, you like pastrami?
Yep, pastrami's good. I wouldn't eat it only on a sandwich. I need a little something else with it.
Okay, all right. Some kind of chaser, a pickle,
Yeah.
a kosher dill pickle.
Yeah, I can go for that.
All right.
How about some blazing hot mustard? That would be good. Really good. Like Chinese mustard on a pastrami. All right.
Cool.
Fellas, I gotta say, I met Vince Ochano last night too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he was at the Chinooks game. He already has a book because my buddy Mike Grubich, who knows Vince, I sent him a book a couple years ago during COVID. So I was able to
Tell Vinny not to be such a cheap smack and buy his own book.
No, Vince can do what he wants. He runs news on 620. He can do what he wants.
Yeah. He used to be a TV guy. Then he switched him over to radio. I don't know if that was a promotion or a demotion or a side motion, but that's what it is.
Yeah. So. I do have some coaching news for you guys.
Yeah.
Brian and Stratton College got a new coach. They got a new coach.
This must be one of your mafia because nobody else knows about Bryant and Stratton College.
No. So my buddy,
my buddy.
I thought they were just an online school.
what kind of ties in because my friend who was at Brian and Stratton, Jake, who's going to be on the show later.
Yeah.
He got the job at lacrosse, and then one of my assistant coaches from Homestead is now going to be an assistant at Brian and Stratton.
All right.
Under the new coach, so be good.
So it's definitely part of your mafia. What are you saying? No. Yes.
It is.
His mafia is a very big net.
I cast a big net. I cast a big net, Jack. Okay?
Jack, just so you know, we're part of that mafia. So watch your tongue.
Bulldog casts a big shadow, and you cast a big net. And no, we're not in the mafia.
Oh, we are absolutely.
No.
Please.
No.
Half our
they got Cindy.
Oh.
They got Aunt Cindy. They've got Uncle Randy. They got Aunt Jeannie. They got Ethan.
All of whom, if you cross, you swim with the fishes.
Well, you swim with the knishes.
I swim with the knishes. That's right.
At the Jewish Food Festival.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There was a Jewish mafia.
Are there any Jewish drinks, Bulldog?
Jewish drinks.
Yeah.
All of them. We were first.
It was hot in that desert. Of course there were Jewish drinks.
Tell you what. Oh, man. No, I don't think they're specifically. Okay, no. I think it was a booze that they brought over from Czechoslovakia, from the old country, as we say. It was called Slivovitz.
What?
Slivovitz. I'm gonna pour you a tall Slivovitz, and you're gonna forget.
No.
You're gonna go blind and forget your piano lessons.
Isn't Manischewitz, isn't that Jewish?
I suppose. I think it's owned by a Christian company.
Boys.
For God's sake.
Yes, literally. For God's sake.
We're going off the rails here.
Well,
it's a Wednesday.
it's over. Is it Wednesday? It's Thursday, you idiot.
It's
Right,
Thursday.
exactly.
By the way, fellas, I am working tonight. So if you want to come up to Moonlight Grand tonight, please do.
Oh,
I'll be setting up the Jewish Food Festival. I can't come over there. I got knishes to set up. I got to set up the knish table.
Oh, hold up! Before I go, I forgot to ask. How was the author circle last night?
It was interesting. It was fascinating. How's that?
Because?
Well, we had eight folks in, so that was
That's
nice.
not bad. That's not bad.
Can't complain. It was a little tense.
See?
You were our moral compass wasn't there.
See, I need to put it down for next.
I think you better put it down. Yeah, it was.
Why was it tense?
Did
someone rip on somebody else?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Did you have Do you have name tags for once?
I couldn't even get to that point. It wasn't even a possibility.
So you still have the smoker guy. That's his name.
So Ethan,
Was he there?
Ethan, just so you know what we're talking about, we have an author circle.
Writers group at my library that meets once a month, and
sounds like once a month is too often.
we may switch to quarterly after yesterday.
What happened? Wasn't Carla Luna there?
Carla was not there.
Oh well, no wonder it was tense.
Yeah.
She slices through the tenseness. Or do they call it tensity?
Maybe that explains the meat cleaver in my dream last night. All right, it all makes sense now.
She does.
Do you have any newbies?
Two newbies.
That'll never show again because you made it too tense.
I didn't make it tense. I was a ringleader. I was selling everyone. Come on, we're all a bunch of creatives here. We're all cheerleaders for each other. And
what about Andy Fish? Was he there?
Andy did not make it.
Between Carla and me and Andy, those are my favorite people.
I knew you were one of your favorite people.
I want to learn more about golf. I wish Andy was there.
Yeah, well, I'll get him there.
Well, show up next time.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Hey,
we need the calming influence of AJ in the room.
Positive is baseball is over in 2 weeks. I'm for.
That helps.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Right.
Help me. It will help me free my schedule up a little bit. So
no more brownie pot smoker for Mequon.
No. It's been a good summer though. I really do. I really do enjoy it. It's giving me something to do almost every day, so I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to get that manager on. He won't come on.
Did you email him?
No.
He's supposed to email me.
Oh boy.
No, I gave you his email. I told him you'd email him.
So Ethan, tell us about the radio gig you got. What do you? Where can people find you?
So we have a website. It's 96.3 KNDS.
You guys are terrestrial radio.
Yes.
Nice. You need an engineer on staff to keep your signal pumping.
Oh yeah, we got one of those. Don't worry.
Nice.
I'm also on the executive team, so I'm the marketing manager. So obviously, just trying to find, ads and just try to get us out there as much as possible is kind of what my job's been. And then I do a radio show. I don't know when I'm going to do it because it depends upon my schedule and everything.
Sure.
Usually just like an hour every week where it's kind of just play a little bit of music and talk about it.
Nice. Does your station have a predetermined format or just whatever the DJ wants to play at that time? Or
you can play whatever you want. You can talk about stuff too. You can do a podcast. It's not like it's super strict on that, but you just can't really say too much since it is tied to the school. You kind of have to be a little bit cleaner and just like not go down some of the roads that you otherwise could on other stations.
So the Jack Henke show may be problematic on your airwaves. I don't think it'll be syndicated over there anytime soon.
It probably wouldn't work, to be completely honest. Just a little too much. I wish.
Story of my life. That's pretty cool. Are you guys essentially? You say you're marketing. Are you a nonprofit then? Are you kind of? Do you underwriters or ad space? How does that all work with you guys?
Yeah, it's all nonprofit. Basically, what we do is we just try to get ads to fund our events. We have a big event where we basically put on a concert with some local bands up in Fargo at a venue once
Very
every
cool.
year.
Awesome. 96.3. Very cool. Very cool.
You said KNDS, right?
Yep.
All right.
KNDS. All right, I'm gonna look for that. That's awesome. Cool. Are you thinking of going in that direction career-wise into broadcast? Is that a possibility?
It's definitely a possibility. It's just going to be, how does school end up? How does, opportunities present themselves? And we'll just have to kind of see which way, I end up going.
It's a weird time for radio. I mean, it's like it's kind of having some growing pains and adjusting and shifting into whatever it's going to become. But I think there'll be something on the flip side of all that. Just kind of have to. It's funny, all these conglomerates came in and bought up all these radio stations, so it's all like Clear Channel and iHeartRadio bought up a bunch of small radio stations, and then they learned that there actually is no money to be had there. So now they're selling everything off. But I do think that once things get localized again, it might work out. Might work out in that regard. Cool. So do you think you'll stay in the Fargo area after the fact, or?
Probably not. I'd kind of like to get out of there. It's a little bit too cold for me.
Yes.
A little chilly up there with a lot of snow.
You don't like those dome games, E? You don't like those dome football games?
I've only been to 2, to be honest with you.
I got you. No, I got you.
Cool.
We usually just kind of tailgate and then we go watch the game at somebody's house.
I got you. It makes sense.
Nice.
Do you guys have a local? Now I forgot to ask you this. Do you guys have a local like student-run broadcast then, or no?
For the football games and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I know we do have a sports one. I walk by them every time I go into the studio. I don't remember what it is, but I can definitely send that over to you once I get back to school.
Yeah, that'd be cool because I know at Whitewater we had a student-run TV station, and they had people that would broadcast their games for the local dorm channels or whatever. So it'd be really cool.
Yeah, I can definitely look into that, and I can get back to you and see what we got.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Very cool. I'm actually dialing up your station now. At least I'm trying to. Actually, maybe I got an old domain. I'm actually getting a domain doesn't exist. So hopefully you're. Tell your webmaster to get on top of that. KNDSradio.org.
I'm looking right now. Yeah. Ooh, yep, that's not working.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. No, I've had outages myself.
Yeah, and no one's in school right now, so no one's really taking care of it. Whether people are off campus or just back home in the city. So,
do you guys have an online stream as well as your FM stream?
Yeah, it should be on the website, but obviously you can't access.
Today it will not be. Yes, tomorrow will be the time to check it out. Cool. Nice, cool. So with being a nonprofit in the collegiate radio, do you have to like go through all the FCC rulings and stuff like that for music? Okay, you do. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get FCC checked every once in a while. I think they kind of just randomly drop in, or they'll randomly listen to us.
Yeah.
So obviously it's we got all those rules of what you can and can't do and how you have to go about your stuff.
Yeah. Although they're not as strict with you guys because I think it looks like you guys are LP as in like low power FM. So it's like I think there's a wider it's a little looser for you guys than it would be for like a standard FM. So which is good. I mean, then you don't have to do as much. Otherwise, they bury you in paperwork.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Cool. Nice, cool, excellent. So what year? What year are you on out there?
So I'll be a senior this year.
Oh, right on.
One more year left.
Okay, excellent, cool. Well, that's a fun year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I have to figure out what I want to do in about a year, so I'm not really ready for that, but we'll get there.
Yeah. You'll wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, this is what I'm doing," and no regrets.
By the way, with that comment, I just got a little bit older. By the way.
Yes, that was our goal this morning. Actually, is to make you feel geriatric.
Thanks for that. No,
you're welcome, AJ. I'm glad I could do something on the show today.
Fantastic.
You're welcome.
Very cool. We lost Jack at some point here. I don't know. Yeah. He kind of fell off the.
He had to dip out at 8:30. He said.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome, fantastic, nice. All right, well, left me holding the bag. That's fine. Never tell. Well, I'll tell you one thing we have as a tradition here on AJ section on a Thursday, although we usually do this on Tuesday, is player and coach Rage. You like to rant or rage, something like that. And I'm going to do something this morning that I haven't done in a while, and that is dust off our friends in alternate sports, video games. I love a good video game rage. Today we're going to dial in. I think we had only done this once before because you can't always dwell on these video gamers. But let's take a look. I got a good one this morning. Here we go. Video game rage for you, AJ.
Was?
Big Buck Eagle. Yo, you get that?
Yeah, relax, man.
It's in a different language too. This is awesome.
We got a little more here. Got to do at least one more here. They're very sedate. They start out with, they're not exactly. There we go. Okay. See, the problem is not safe for work. Not safe for work. Not safe for KNDS either, I'm afraid.
Nope.
One more here. A little Star Wars action here. Is he kind of a lightsaber thing? I believe that's called a rank. Uh-oh.
Get the fuck out!
Okay, so this is. I would contend that video games really aren't good for you.
I love how he starts with on the last one. He starts with and then
it just escalates so quickly.
Yeah, right.
Now I have the benefit, the only perspective I have. I pretty much stopped with video games around the PlayStation 2 era, so that dates me around 1993. I think I ducked out of that world, and even when I played, I think the extent of my rage would have been putting the controller down gently and saying, I'm going to go do something else now because I'm not doing well.
Yeah,
that's my rage.
I can't say I've broken a PlayStation.
Well, that's the problem too, is the amount of hardware that's getting destroyed. If you watch the remainder of those videos, I'm seeing the game systems flying across the room. There's furniture being overturned. Controllers, forget it. It's over. They're not made out of stainless steel. These are plastic controllers. So buttons are doing this.
Right.
Man, Ethan, you a gamer?
Yeah, I game a little bit more when I'm in college, but I like to play the show. I kind of got big into that recently.
Okay.
Me and one of my buddies up north, we were playing that all the time, playing some little mini World Series every once in a while. I was big into Rainbow Six Siege, which was the first video that we saw.
Okay.
I like that game, but not super big into it, but definitely enjoy it. I do rage every once in a while.
I was going to ask, how do you handle failure?
No broken controllers, but a lot of words that I can't say.
Understood.
Yeah,
well, we've proven actually you can say them here on this show. But we'll refrain for the back half and keep it family friendly. Yeah, I don't know. My son is a gamer, but again, I must be more of a DNA thing when he drops the ball, so to speak, or fails miserably, he'll say, "Oh, geez." I mean, he does like a Fargo type of thing where he's like, "Oh, geez. Yeah, I didn't do so good there. I need to go get a popsicle or something. I gotta, So it's
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very calm gamers here. I don't see a lot of maybe at worst he'll exhale through his teeth. You'll get a little like that, but I mean nothing like these guys are just
No. Well, and a lot of these guys too, they play for money now. So there's a lot.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're streaming,
or they play for viewers or whatever.
Yeah.
So they get all frustrated and upset and stuff.
Yeah, my kid number 2 was doing Minecraft on streams, and then she started to, she opened it up to some kind of like Patreon type thing, and for a very brief time, she was on the verge of out earning me.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So, and it happened pretty fast.
Yeah, they can grow pretty fast.
Yeah. I mean, they liked her stuff. So, that was strange. And Minecraft isn't exactly the most competitive thing on the planet. I mean, especially if anything more of a creative game, you're kind of building and it's more of a So I mean, but well, cool, excellent.
Cool.
We covered that. We got our vet in the house here. Ethan, you gonna stick around all the way up to the top of the hour? Or are you gonna?
I'm probably gonna have to go here.
Yeah, bail? All right.
Well, at some point, but thank you
understood.
guys for
It's good to
having
meet
me
you,
on
man.
today.
Anytime. Keep in touch. We'd love to talk to you again about your radio exploits and your life and your life exploits. Because as a senior, it's a pretty exciting time for you. So
for sure. Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you guys.
All right, take care, Ethan.
Have a good one, AJ. Thanks again.
Thanks, E. Appreciate it.
That's Ethan Dexheimer. I hope I pronounced that right. And they're out, and AJ's out. Where I got to get the harmonica. I'm alone, but I'm not alone. I have a vet, and we will let Dr. Kelly into the room here on a Thursday edition. Good morning, Dr. Kelly.
Good morning. How are you doing?
It's been a wild one today. We've had guest stars and guest shots and students and people shadowing us. And
oh wow,
yeah, it's been a wild one. And Jack left early; he had to bail. So that's been kind of a Thursday thing. You haven't seen Jack in a while, have you? You've kind of been stuck with me. I'm sorry.
I only see him when he's at large at Java House.
Yes, when he enters, I'm sure when he enters the Java House, all the oxygen gets sucked from the room. And there's not a lot of oxygen in that place to begin with. It's pretty narrow. So there we go. How you been?
Good.
Fantastic, very good. Speaking of Java House, what's your preferred drink over there these days? Have you tried any of their new offerings? Or are you sticking with the basics?
I haven't tried any of their new offerings since Strawberry Fest.
Okay.
I had at Strawberry Fest though. I had the iced coffee with the sweet cream foam.
Oh, sure.
It's really good.
I bet that was good. And I'm not a big iced coffee guy, but good. That one, I feel like Fernando. Like, you look marvelous. Yeah. I want to try that one. So I'm very interested. Are you in the general vicinity of County Fair Zone? Or are you far enough away from that you don't
we're far enough away.
Very nice.
Far enough away.
It was a while. I was at the library a little late last night, and coming back, I decided to. I could have taken any route home, but I said I'm going to drive past the fair and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was mobbed. It was. It was stacked. Yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah. Well, it was a really nice night
and
opening night, and I definitely heard the fireworks.
Oh, did they? I was back in Saukville by then, so I didn't have a chance to see that. But yeah, our carnies are in town. Interesting, top of the line quality folks, keeping the tilt-a-whirl well oiled and handing out stuffed animals to people who can get that damn ring on that one little stick over. You got 3 throws for. I would say 3 throws for $1, but I don't think it's $1 anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm sure not. I think inflation has hit the county fair circuit very well. But fun stuff. I hope. Are you gonna get over there at some point?
Yeah, I do like to check it out. I mean,
me too.
You got to have your yearly fill of fair food.
You got to have your yearly funnel cake.
Yeah, yearly funnel cake, cotton candy.
Something on a stick that you should not eat.
Right, the roasted corn.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a borderline vegetable. In fact, borderline. There we go. Interesting. Hey, I had a question about the littlest critters that you may see. Do you see a lot of mice or hamsters in your practice?
I honestly don't think anyone's ever brought me a mouse.
Okay.
But I've definitely seen hamsters, but I would say what's most common for cage pets or pocket pets, as they're called, would be the rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw a baby bunny duck in front of my window here about 5 minutes ago. Actually, very tiny, very cute. Must be that time of year. So, if you're mowing your lawn, of course, for rabbits, I guess it's always that time of year. Mm-hmm. When's your rabbit in season? Yes. So, if you're mowing your lawn today, watch out. A lot of people have those horror stories where they're cutting the lawn and bad things happen. So, baby bunnies are out there.
And the bummer is that that pair of rabbits will come back to the same spot anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A fatality will not deter them.
Seems like it. Seems like once they pick a spot, they use it until they're gone themselves. And
I've read Watership Down, and that wasn't the case in that one. But with those pocket pets, as you were, what can you do for them, and what kind of ailments? What should you watch out for? My dog. So my kid just got one. We've had them in the past. Luckily, not at my house, but at Mom's house, because the cats would be like, "Oh, what a lovely present."
Yeah.
Is it Hanukkah already? So, but it's doing well. It's a little surly, apparently.
Is it a rabbit?
No, a hamster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a hamster. And she apparently is what do they call a Syrian hamster. So
Yeah.
yes, so meaning that they're
They're from
Syria. Maybe that's why it's surly. Although I had a Syrian hamster in my 20s, and she was a lovely, lovely pet, very kind, very kind, but like sweet, happy to see me, and would hang out in my hands and run around the shoulders, and it was a great pet. This one, I don't know if this one's going to be that.
Okay.
This one seemed. She went in to clean the cage yesterday, and apparently she got up on her hindquarters and hissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the impersonation. I said, "What did she do?" She said she went like this. So I think you two are going to need possibly a mediator, a federal mediator or something to bring you two together, because right now you're not seeing eye to eye. I said, "Did you clean the cage?" I ain't got anywhere near it. He was really pissed off.
Oh, yeah. Well, hamsters are definitely known for biting.
Wasn't that nice?
Well, if you had a hamster that never ever bit, that's a rare hamster, unfortunately.
I did. She never. Yeah, she's very sweet. Just I mean, she gave you a little like nibbles, but I think she was kind of like just testing your salt or something like that. She just wanted to see what you tasted like, and wasn't a big fan of the taste, so she moved on. So I'm gonna ask some of the hard questions on hamster domestication here. Is there anything you can do if you're stuck with a biter?
I mean, you never ever pick them up when they're sleeping, because that's a guaranteed bite right there.
Gotcha.
You never pick them up when they're sleeping, and then you can condition them to like your hands.
Condition, that sounds like electrodes are involved.
So if you find out what is the hamster's absolute favorite treat that you've discovered so far, and the only time they get it is when you're holding it.
Very good.
Not holding the hamster, but you hold on to the treat and let them take it right from you.
Okay.
Rather than finding it in their bowl.
Right.
Yes, just so that having a hand right close to them becomes this really beneficial thing.
Which would lead one to believe that hamsters are smart, or at least have
Yeah, I mean,
sharp.
The vast majority of animals are trainable. Yeah.
Yes. Except the human one. I have trouble with that. I have had trouble with that one from the get-go. They're such a wild card, you just never know. Okay, cool. But did you have hamsters growing up? Did you have?
No,
you were a guinea pig. You were a guinea pig person.
Pigs. Lots and lots of guinea pigs.
Yeah, who are seldom or bite. I don't think I've ever met a biting guinea pig. They don't seem to do that.
They would occasionally fight with each other.
Sure.
But no, the only bites that happened were if someone was putting a carrot into the cage and the guinea pig literally missed.
I mean,
yeah.
Their coordination wasn't exactly their strong suit, because they have those kind of giant keisters and they just sort of bump around. I mean, they don't. Yeah, that's the most graceful creatures in the world. But very interesting. I mean, there's a lot to that end. I mean, there's a lot of hamsters that get doled out, especially to little kids. That always is kind of a little kid pet.
Well, and it is traditionally a little kid pet, because they only live about 2 years max. And so it's like,
bonus.
Here's something to start with.
Yes, a starter pet, like a starter home. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But I fear that there's got a lot of little kids walking around with Band-Aids on their fingers. I've got little bleeders from my
So serves two purpose. Here's your first pet, and learn some respect.
Respect the animal kingdom. Absolutely.
That's honestly though why, if someone asks me what's a really good first pet for a kid, I say rats. because
Rats are
they
great.
also live 2 years and never bite.
No, they're very personable. They are, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wonder why they got a hamster instead of a rat. I don't know. I'll talk to them later. See, maybe they still have the receipt. I'm kidding. What I had as a kid was hermit crabs. That was a big starter pet too. Although again, personality wise,
I know. Yeah, it's like
lacking.
You can't really pet them.
Well, the presence of a gigantic hard shell, there's like a barrier between us. We're just not connecting in a real tangible way.
Mhm.
I remember tricking my brother into getting a good pinch because I said, what's great about my hermit crab? He never pinches anybody. And my brother says, really? I said, yeah, put your finger right there. He won't do it. Honk. Ah! I thought you said he didn't pinch. I said, well, now I know he does. I wasn't sure. Now you've made it definitive for me. But they were cool pets. Again, they were cool to watch. And,
Mhm.
and they actually, longevity, I had one that lasted quite some time.
Really?
Yeah, I had a hermit crab. It was
Wow.
probably up to 3 or 4 years on that guy, actually. I mean, it wasn't like decades or anything, but yeah, interesting. All right. And I'm assuming no one has brought you any crabs for veterinary
No.
care.
No
Okay.
one's brought any shelled creatures, or no one's attempted to bring in a fish.
Good. Oh, speaking of fish, I think on our last show we did talk about my daughter's fish who had taken on a bacterial infection, or did we not talk about that?
I think I remember you mentioning it at some
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Well, and it looked bad. I mean, and this is a goldfish. This is the one that she got for 33 cents. So I said, we walked into PetSmart and I said, here in the fish area, sky's the limit. Any fish you want, thinking I'd be spending up to $30 or $40. And she says, looks at the feeder cage and says, I want that one there.
Oh.
I said, oh, please don't buy the feeder fish. It's not good. What are you doing? Why are we spending 33 cents? Well, I appreciate you, your concern over Dad's pocketbook. I thought you could do a lot better. Get a damn koi. I don't know, whatever you want. Nope, wanted that. She fell in love with that fish. Well, flash forward here, 2 years have elapsed. This fish has grown.
Oh yeah,
and is a really happy fish. I mean, it's all over. I mean, just really, and my daughter just loves this fish. I mean, I've caught her talking to him, and of course, I respond with, "He doesn't talk back, does he?" She reassured me not in a language I would understand. I said, "Well, good, okay." I was worried. That would be a problem. But we did a major cage cleaning and water change, and this poor fish got some kind of, and just his fins just kind of all withered up and kind of almost like, sores all over the scales, eyes clouded over. I thought, oh boy, I think we're about to, have a memorial service very soon. But I mean, knowing my daughter's love for this fish, I said, look, we're going to PetSmart tonight. We're going to find whatever chemical they want, they'll treat this sort of thing. Well, I'll be damned. 5 days later, and a few drops of this stuff in the water, fish is perfect. I mean, not only perfect, better than ever. Like,
that's nice.
It's just glowing. Like the new fins grew in. I mean, it looks like the fish from Pinocchio. I mean, it's just this, like flowing robes, like royal fish. So yeah. I mean, if you have a fish who is in duress, there are ways out. It's not going straight to the boneyard. So that's good news.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love happy endings. I mean, so that worked out pretty well. But cool. With the county fair in town, obviously, and as a vet, you'll be commiserating with all sorts of creatures in various hot and wonderfully smelling tents. Is there an area of the fair that you like to check out first on the critter side of things?
I really like to, as far as the animal pavilions, I really like to see the fancy chickens.
Fancy chickens.
Yeah.
Yes. Imperial. Well, there's a name for that, isn't it? Like roosters who, absolutely. Cool.
Yeah, there's some really interesting looking birds there.
I was there a few years ago when they were judging the bunnies, speaking of rabbits, and it was side splitting because they would they would take the bunnies and they'd lay them out on this platform and kind of stretch them out and measure them. And the bunnies were very cool with all of this. I thought, well, you are a show bunny because you're cool with it. I mean, in my brief time with a rabbit, I'd lose a limb, I think, if I tried to do half the things the judges were doing.
Well, those rabbits are, for those show animals in general, are so used to handling that they trust people to touch them, and they're just used to it.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned in the past one of my poor clients who got a rabbit from a place where they raise rabbits for meat.
Oh.
These rabbits are not used to handling.
They're not. No, they're used to being digested.
They basically have a wild rabbit living in their house that they can't touch.
We're hoping next month we catch them. We're close. Follow the pellets.
I mean, it's really bad.
That's a shame. Is this still going on, or has this been?
Yeah, I told them when they first brought it in, I'm like, you might want to take this back and just get an actual pet rabbit, not a meat rabbit.
You need to hire Elmer Fudd to come through their kitchen. Be very, very quiet.
I mean, honestly, we could barely touch the thing, and we couldn't keep it on the table. I don't know how many times it flew off the table, getting away from like 3 of us.
Oh no!
It was terrible.
Oh, no,
it was terrible.
So when they bring the meat rabbit to the vet, you're like, well, the main problem with this animal that I can see, that I can diagnose, is that it's meat.
It's not. It doesn't seem very domesticated.
What's wrong with my puma? He won't let me pet him. Why won't this hyena let me snuggle with him? Wacky stuff. I don't know. People and their critters. But you're off today. No critters in your life except for what you have in your house.
No critters except the ones I see.
Yes,
outside. And the one that lives in my house.
Absolutely. That's the way to do it. Excellent. Well, wonderful to see you again this week, Dr. Kelly. I hope we can see you next Thursday. Maybe Jack will stick around. He's just I don't know. He's maybe developed some kind of veterinarian phobia or something. I don't know. Which,
probably.
Knowing Jack is actually
he's probably due for his rabies shot.
I'm sure he's due for all of his shots. His coat has been looking a little a little off. But he's gonna get me for all of this tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'm gonna bring his shot to the Java house. I'll see him there sometime.
How many shots you want in that espresso? Distemper, rabies, vitamin D. It's all there. We should do that live on the air. I like that. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Kelly. Have a wonderful time at the fair. Be careful out there. Don't eat anything too weird.
Okay.
Right. It's always good advice. I'm here. I've got the advice for everybody. And we will see you next week. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, Dr. Kelly. That is Dr. Kelly from the Easttown Veterinary Clinic in Mequon. And she has not treated any hermit crabs. So don't take them to her. maybe she has a book that she knows what to do if your hermit crab has a cold or something like that. So anyway, it's been a wild show today, folks. And thank you for coming in and watching this chaos from 8 to 9 here on the CPL Radio Network. Back tomorrow. It's a Friday. We may have Dr. Ben with us from Form and Fitness. We may not. I don't know. I have not heard. Don't forget, celebrate Ameriburg. Interesting piece of newspeak. And we will be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, folks. We'll see.